You've been taught to dim your light so others wouldn't feel blinded, to take up less space so they'd stay comfortable in their smallness. But what if I told you that every time you shrink, you betray the woman you were born to be? Sis, this ends today. You were never meant to play small. And by the end of this video, you'll never again feel guilty for being powerful. Let's be real. A lot of us learned early that being too confident made people uncomfortable, that having dreams too big made others feel insecure. So we got quiet about our wins. We minimized our glow. We downplayed our beauty, our intelligence, our ambition. Why? Because being too much came with consequences: jealousy, gossip, abandonment. But what no one told you is that shrinking doesn't save relationships. It only destroys you. This habit of shrinking often comes from childhood. Maybe you were the smart one, and others teased you for acting smart or trying to be better. Maybe you were told to stop being dramatic when you were just expressing passion. Or maybe every time you showed up as your full self, someone made you feel like you were arrogant. So you learned to dim your light before anyone asked you to. But here's the truth. Your light isn't the problem. Their unhealed wounds are. You don't owe anyone your silence. You don't owe anyone a smaller version of you. You were called to rise, not to fit in, to elevate, not accommodate, to inspire, not shrink to soothe someone else's ego. The right people will celebrate your wins. The right community won't feel threatened. They'll be ignited by your glow. And the woman you're becoming, she's done apologizing for being powerful. Oprah Winfrey was told she didn't have the look for television. She became the most influential media mogul in history. You were told to settle, to stay small, to not outshine others, but you're here because you know there's more. Waris Dirie was born into a nomadic family in Somalia. She was subjected to female genital mutilation and forced marriage. Waris fled to freedom, became a supermodel, and then used her platform to speak out unapologetically against injustice. She used her global platform not to hide her pain, but to speak unapologetically about the taboo topic of FGM. Despite being told to stay silent about her past or that no one wanted to hear about that, Waris refused to shrink. Her voice became a catalyst for change in cultures where women are often silenced. Today, through her Desert Flower Foundation, she's saving the lives of thousands of girls because she refused to be silent. Sarah Blakely started Spanx with $5,000 in savings and zero background in fashion, business, or manufacturing. In an industry dominated by men, she refused to shrink her ideas or give in to rejection. Over and over, male executives laughed her out of rooms, but she kept going. She never compromised her femininity or intuition to be taken seriously. She trusted her gut, built a billion-dollar shapewear empire, and became the youngest self-made female billionaire in America at the time. She didn't shrink when investors laughed at her. She didn't water herself down to fit in with male execs. She stayed feminine, funny, bold, and built an empire on her own terms. When she sold a stake in Spanx, she gifted every employee $10,000 in first-class plane tickets, a bold, heart-centered move that showed you can be powerful and generous without apology. Sarah's story teaches that you don't have to man up to succeed in business. You can rise by being wholly, unapologetically you. Do you think they stayed quiet to be liked? No. They got louder with every attack. And so will you. Signs you're still shrinking. You minimize your accomplishments with, "It's nothing," or "I got lucky." You fear sharing your goals because you worry what others will think. You downplay your appearance so you don't seem like you're trying too hard. You avoid success so you don't make others feel bad. If any of that hit you, it's time to evolve. How to stop shrinking. 1. Catch yourself in the act. Start noticing when you apologize for things you're not sorry for. Do you say sorry when you really mean thank you for your patience? Stop. 2. Celebrate your wins out loud. You got that job. Brag about it. You hit a goal. Post it. Tell your friends. Tell the mirror. Tell your ancestors. 3. Upgrade your circle. If you constantly feel the need to shrink around certain people, it's time to reassess who's in your life. Your light isn't too bright. Their eyes just aren't adjusted. 4. Speak your desires with confidence. Want luxury? Say it. Want love? Declare it. Want greatness? Walk in it. 5. Mirror work affirmations. Look yourself in the mirror daily and say, I am allowed to take up space. I release the fear of being too much. My power is not a threat. It's a blessing. Let's talk about the shift that changes everything. Assumption. Not wishful thinking, not waiting. Assumption. Because under the law of assumption, you don't become her. You embody her now. Assume you are already the version of you who no longer shrinks. You don't need proof. You don't need permission. You need belief. And not just belief that you can become her one day, but that you already are her, and the world is catching up. Rewriting your identity through assumption. Every time you walk into a room, assume they feel your energy before you speak. Your presence is powerful, magnetic, unforgettable. Every time you're faced with a decision, assume your highest self already made it. You are guided. You are grounded. You are aligned. When you speak, when you show up, when you stand tall, assume the world is better because you chose to be visible. Because you didn't come here to blend in. You came here to awaken others, simply by being in your truth. Living in the end. What does she, the fully expressed version of you, look like? How does she dress? How does she carry herself? What kind of boundaries does she set? Who surrounds her? What energy does she exude? Assume it's already yours. Feel it now. Walk in it today. If you knew, without a doubt, that your glow, your peace, your abundance were inevitable, how would you walk today? How would you respond to criticism? Would you shrink, or would you shine even brighter? Daily embodiment affirmations. Here's how you lock it in. Every morning, stand in the mirror and say, I am already her. I don't shrink, I radiate. My light is not a threat. It's my truth. It's safe to be seen. It's powerful to be me. You are not preparing for your next level. You are in it. So stop apologizing. Stop explaining. Stop editing. Assume you are her and watch the world reflect it back to you. Stop asking for permission to be powerful. Stop waiting for others to validate your glow. You weren't born to blend in. You weren't meant to be quiet, soft, small, safe. You were meant to be bold, radiant, undeniable. So today, make a vow to yourself. I will never again shrink to make anyone comfortable. I am the main character, and I am done playing small. If this spoke to you, drop a comment and claim it. You are no longer shrinking to fit in. Subscribe for more weekly reminders that your power is your birthright.